Hello everyone and welcome to my hair tutorial. Today we're going to be doing 3 beginner-friendly, straight hair-friendly, thin hair-friendly, not super thin, hairstyles that you could possibly use this indoor season. Let's get into it. So 2 of them are half up, half down, and one of them is like a pony situation that I low-key made myself because it's just the same as half up, just with your whole head. So we're going to get started. On today's episode I am using a brush, dry shampoo, which isn't a necessity, and then I also have little hair ties. So I have regular hair ties, but sometimes regular hair ties are a little big. So I also have, oh my gosh, they're covered in hair. Anyway, the little elastics, they're covered in hair, so I just tested all these. The little elastics, they don't mind the hair. That's nasty. And then I also have these little regular hair tie material, but they're tiny, that size. I get these from Target if anyone's interested. I highly recommend. I'm pretty sure they have them in blonde and black. Also, I recommend no matter what hairstyle you do, you use hair ties that match your hair color because it'll just look better. So we're gonna get started. The first hairstyle that we're gonna do is a half up, half down, with a little twisty action going on. So I'm going to take my filter off and then be right back. I have a mirror right in front of me, right here, and also this. I'm going to be doing my best to show you what's going on in my head, even though it's on the back of me. I started off, for all of these hairstyles, I started off by using some dry shampoo just to add a little bit of texture and a little bit of volume to my flat hair. Anyway, so the first thing we're going to do for this hairstyle, I'm trying to put a photo of it somewhere at this point, is we're going to take our fingers and we're going to split our hair in half. So I like to start right at my ear right here and just go back, take both fingers at the same time and just go back until my fingers meet. And then I separate the hair. So it's about, I'm going to turn around here, guys. It's about this much. And then I take the top part and I just twist it up right like this. I gather all the bottom hair, and then with just any old hair tie, I tie the bottom hair off so it can't get in my way anymore. Right. Great. Okay, there we go. Tied it off. Now, we are going to split the top part that we just made again to make this cool little design. So, I'm going to take my fingers again, and I'm going to take them at my ears again, and instead of going back around my head, I'm just going to take them at my ears and go straight up. Straight up, just like that, okay? Okay. And then I just separate it again, just like this. Bing, bang, bam, alakazam. And then I take the hair that wasn't separated off, and I just put it behind my ears to get it out of the way. Now, a lot of people like to clip their hair off to help keep it separated. I don't do that because it's more work. I just leave it in front of my ears or behind my ears. So then you're going to take this back part, and with your brush, you're going to even it out and brush it back. So I'm just going to do that. Personally, I like to try to leave a little bit of part, but sometimes it doesn't always happen. So, that's in the back of my head. I'm going to use one of the hair tie material small ones because this is a smaller section on the back of my head. I'm just going to tie it off. I'll show you what it looks like after. Here's what she looks like. I don't know what you're looking at. Hopefully that's good. Now, this one is pretty easy. If you have bangs, I really wouldn't leave them out if they're as much as mine, but for right now, I'm going to leave them out. So hopefully you don't have bangs. If you do, we can figure that out. Let me know. I'll help you out. So you're just going to take these 2 sections, leave the bangs, because they're not going to stay. Okay, take these 2 sections. You could brush them if they're not going nicely. Mine are going pretty nicely right now. You're going to take them, and a little bit away from your head, like here. They're out a little bit, so there's a hole right here between them. I'm going to use a plastic elastic, and I'm just going to tie the elastic, tie them both together in the back of my head. Hopefully this makes sense. They're tied. Now, we've got a little hole right here. I'm going to have to figure out how to show you this. Okay, we're going to take it. I'm just going to hope you can see me. Yeah, we're going to take this, and we're just going to flip it over. Okay, flip. So that way, there's a twist now. Can everyone see? Can everyone tell? So this is what it was. I stick my fingers through, and I flip it over. And then you're just going to take the ponytail that you had made before in the back and pull it up through that little thing you just made. And then you're going to tie the underneath part of the top 2 sections. You're going to tighten it, and then let this back over. Let this here. Hopefully it looks good. And then I also tighten that part. And it makes a little, thingy. And then you just take out the bottom hair tie, obviously, to let that section out, and you have a little half up, half down. It might look not that great because I was doing it not in the mirror and facing backwards. Hopefully it looks good. And that's it. So, pretty simple. Right. And from the front it looks good. I'm assuming it looks good from the back too. That was hairstyle number 1. Moving on. Hairstyle number 2. I have 2 tips, I think, too, for that last hairstyle. Because mine didn't look super great. When I did it the first time, it looked a little different. 2 things I would recommend. The main ponytail that you make the first time, I would have it be a little bit lower down on your head. And then also, these 2 sections that I made were a little bit big. That's why it was so, over the top. Anyway, I digress. The next one is very similar. It's that in a ponytail form. So basically, you're going to take your fingers at your ears, 2 sections up. I'm going to do smaller sections this time, like I said. Because the first time, sections were a little bit iffy. But I'm not redoing that video. Because you're fine. I have homework to do. I hope everyone's doing good while I figure this out right now. Okay, so here we are. I just put these 2 sections up, right. I'm just making a regular ponytail in the back. I'm going to use, once again, not the clear elastics, the little hair ties. They're great. I would 100% go get them if I were you. Target, right now. Anyway, just did that. Now with this again, not going to put my bangs in because they won't stay. Yeah. Lovely. Okay, we're going to take these 2 pieces, once again, take them, I'll do it sideways for you. Take them like this, put them together. It looks a little bit crazy. That's fine. That's acceptable. We love crazy here, kind of, in some forms. Okay, take a little elastic. I use a little elastic for this part so it doesn't show underneath. And just tie it. Tie it. For this one, I would recommend a little bit of a thicker top 2 sections so that way they cover the more bulk of your hair. Right, perfect. Here we are. Made that. And if it's too close to your head, you can always just pull it a little loose. Take my hands, fingers through, flip her over. Okay, see? A little too tight. So I'll just loosen it a little bit. Fingers over, flip her through. Still too tight. Okay, that's just gonna be good. Take the ponytail, pull it up. And then we're just going to tighten this underneath part. And here we are. I'm sure you can see my ponytail. The goal is probably to not see your ponytail. But here we are. Here's the hair. It's just a little pony. I would recommend waves in your hair for these. Well, you don't need it. It will look cuter. This one is also a little iffy because there's less to hide the smaller strand. I don't know if you saw that in my thing. It was probably poking out. My hair's pretty thin, so it's not really going to show, and it's really uncooperative. So there's that one. It's very similar, pretty easy as well. Once again, my bangs are out. I probably wouldn't leave them out. I would probably figure out some way to put them back with it, or do something else with them. Anyway, that was hairstyle number 2. We're going to move on to number 3. Moving on to my third and final hairstyle. It's going to be very similar to the first one, being half up, half down, but it's going to be a little different because it's going to have a braid. So this one is a little bit more bang friendly, especially if you have longer bangs like me, because for me, my longer bangs do fit into this style. So we are going to start off. We're going to start a little differently because it's a little different. So we're going to start off with a semi-decent chunk of hair from the front. Once again, fingers at the ears. We're just going to bring it up to the top, but maybe a little bit farther back than the other ones were. Especially if you have thinner hair, you're going to want more front chunky parts. What? Yeah. Sure. Yep. Okay. And then I'm going to take all this hair in the back. All the back hair, tie it together. All the back hair's not going to be involved in this, but we just need it all out of our way for him. So regular hair tie, get that out of the way. Okay, then we have these front sections, right? Really cute, really fun. Now, you do need to know how to single braid, regular braid. If you're fancy and you want to French or Dutch braid, I would probably recommend French. Probably. This, you can, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to regular braid it. Oh, shoot, I forgot. Last time I did it, I didn't keep this. I, took out a little bit from the bottom here because I didn't want it in. Because I didn't like it. So I'm going to do that again. Don't mind. You can do that if you want. I just forgot, and I'm not recording that. That's pretty good. Okay, so just regular braids, split into 3 sections, 3 even as you can get sections. So see, these sections aren't super even, so I'm going to take a little bit from a chunkier section. Right. And then we're just gonna braid. You want to pull the hair backwards. Don't braid it down, straight your face. Pull backwards as you do it. It might hurt your arms, I don't care. It'll look bad if you pull your hair straight down in a braid. I can show you what it'll look like. It won't be cute. Now, this braid is not gonna be good because, oh well. I have no reason, but it just won't be. We're gonna braid it all the way down. Now, when you get to this point, you have 2 options. You can either tie it off with a little elastic or put it in your mouth. I'm gonna put it in my mouth because I don't feel like ripping more hair out of my head tonight. And then we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. The same exact braid on the other side. I have 2 braids. If you are newer to hair, I would recommend putting the elastic on. It just makes it easier. Now, I'm going to do what's called pancaking the braid, which is just making them thicker. I'm going to put this back in my mouth and try to talk with it in my mouth. So, with one hand, I'm going to hold it. With the other hand, I'm going to just pull out the strands a little bit. You'll see. Notice how it's just a little thicker. A lot of what I do is just literally sticking my thumb in the middle of it because it just makes it a little bit bigger. Okay, pancaking is also a lot easier when you have elastics in because you can use both hands. Not gonna do that. Oh well, sucks. Okay, now we're gonna take this and we're just gonna pull it to the back of our head. And this is just like the front sections in the other one. With an elastic, I'm gonna tie it a little bit away so there's a hole here from my head. Tie it off. Right. Okay, great. That's fine. Now we're gonna release the bottom part. The reason that I didn't start this one with making the first pony, with making the first one is because if I had all of my hair back and then just this on top of it, it would look a little bit dumb. I'm being honest. So I'm gonna separate that, and then where this braid starts, I'm gonna go the rest of the way back with my fingers. Just like to here on my head, so just straight back with my fingers. I'm gonna once again use my Target hair ties, my little Target hair ties, and I'm just gonna, I would brush it, but I'm not going to. I've given up. Like I said, make it lower on your head. We're not doing high ponies here. We're not, because it'll look stupid. Okay, hello, what's happening? Okay, I'm just tying it in the back of my head. It's just being dumb because I'm really smart. So here we are. I'll turn around, I guess. Here we are. Okay, great. Secured. Now, it probably is a little messy because I'm not trying super hard. If you're actually doing this, you should want it to look good. We're gonna put this back. I had the braid flipped. I just put it back. Once again, we're flipping pros here. We're gonna flip her over a little bit. Fingers through. Pull the ponytail through. Tighten the braids. Tighten the pony. That's it. We are done, gang. Hopefully it looks good. Now, I would just like to preface, if you're actually doing this, I would work on making this flatter, which would mean pulling it back more. I was kind of a little bit backwards. Pulling it back more when you do it. I would just work on trying to make it look perfect. I'm not trying to make it look perfect right now because it's 7:18 p.m. on Monday night, and I have homework to do. But if you're going to, these are just some options. Braids being fluffy. After you do it, you can also fluff the braids out. If the braids are thicker, it will look better. It's just the reality. Anyway, I am gonna go edit this video now. Hopefully this looks good in the back. I don't know, I didn't see it. But that's how you do it. If it doesn't look good, it's mostly just because it's my hair type. Styles are very hair type sensitive, so thank you for watching. I'm gonna go edit this video now, so you don't have to listen to me talk for like 27 minutes. I just watched that video and it doesn't look good, but it's because, once again, I wasn't trying. All I'll say is pancaking the braid is very important. Fluff that braid up as fluffy as your hair will go. Thank you. Good night.